So today I'm going to give you guys my review of the Dallas Wings and Las Vegas Aces game. I'm so mad you don't even understand. I know you guys are too. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so starting off with Paige, as I always do, so she finishes the night with 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists, and she also had 2 steals. So I will be leaving here with something. Like I said, all I want is for Paige to get double figures, and she did that. And it wasn't her best shooting night, you can see everything. However, like I say, Paige's bad games be like 16 points, 14 points. Other people's bad games are like 3, 5 points. So I'm going to give some grace for that, and she just stopped 35 like a few days ago and everything like that. We know what Paige is capable of. Wasn't her best night, but that's my goal. So I will say that. And while I'm already here talking about Paige, I will say it very much frustrated me the way that they were utilizing her during this game. Like, it was unacceptable, and I know a lot of you guys are going to feel the same way. But it's literally the fact that you saw her cook the last game, have 35 points, a career high, like exactly everything that she did. And you were like, you know what? Let's take Paige Bueckers off the basketball and let Arike play point guard. That makes no sense to me. Letting Myisha Hines-Allen run the ball up the floor, letting DiJonai run the ball up the floor continuously. No. Like, you think after Paige was gone for 4 games, you see how they run it without Paige, and even toward the beginning of the season when I'm not running it through Paige, you see how bad things happen, multiple turnovers, shot clock violations, and it was just bad. I hate the way that this offense continually moves whenever Paige is not running it, and it's very frustrating in the fact that you have a point guard and you don't let her play point guard. What do I always say? Hashtag let Paige play point guard. Seeing Arike play point guard makes no sense. Anybody else but Paige, I don't want to see that shit. Unfortunately, Tyra's out for the season. She was the only other person I wanted to see play point guard, bro. Like someone said, like, this team with Paige off the ball doesn't work. They don't have great court vision. They get too ahead of themselves. They make bad passes. It's just very frustrating, okay? Second half, they were able to, get her involved more. She was running the point more and everything like that. But we need to go more to a usage rate like it was in that Phoenix game of how often that she was running it. Paige, just the things that she can see, the kind of passes that she can make, let her play the point guard position. It was so fucking frustrating. I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't. Like, why would you do that to her? Why? Part of it has to be a Chris game plan. Part of it has to be on the players. Whoever's responsible for that, I don't know. Get the ball in Paige's hands. Good things continuously happen. That was very frustrating. Tweets that kind of mirror that sentiment. So they said Dallas saw how Paige carried them last game and decided to go back to never letting her see the ball after she passes. Exactly. I agree with this one too. And this is something too. Chris said that Arike doesn't really want to be on the ball. Then why was she on the ball today? I don't get it. This one was later, but they said the only reason the run started off to begin with was because Paige was changed from being on ball, noticing hashtag impact. Exactly. But yeah, like I said, all this to say, let Paige play point guard. And there was times where I saw her open for threes and just for plays, and they would continuously pass her up. And she would be having her hands up like, I'm open. And they would just continuously ignore her. It's very frustrating. So that was the thing that got me so bad this game. Like, why would you do? So this just came to my mind and I have to add this in. But something that's really frustrating to me is times where Paige would get double teamed or trapped like half court, and then her teammates are just standing there and watching her. Are you going to come and help her with the double team or not? Are you going to come set a screen? Are you going to come so she can pass you the ball? I don't know if I mentioned this in my past video, but this is something that happened. So that was frustrating as well. There were a few stats from the last game that Paige broke. I cannot read it all. I'll get out of the screen so you can read it, but I always like to add Paige's accomplishments in, so I wanted to add that. I also wanted to share this, but Paige literally leads the team in every single category besides rebounds. So yeah, like, don't let people tell you that Paige is not carrying this team. Like, please, like, I just had that in as well. This is another record from the last game, but Paige had 35 points and 5 3-pointers made, and so she joins Caitlin Clark some way in that record, so wanted to share that as well. And then this is a record from this game. Paige has the second most games in the WNBA this season with 15 points and 5+ assists. You love it. I forgot to say this earlier, but this was Paige's pregame fit. For anybody who was interested, I usually show these because why not? And this was the outfit for the last game, the one that she dropped 35 in. So I always like to share these. Let's talk about Arike tonight. So Arike finishes the night with 26 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. So, you look at box score, this is a good game, 9 of 17. So, for the most part, she played well, but she has some frustrating plays. There was this one where somebody got the steal, I don't remember who. They give the ball to Arike. She runs up in transition, and instead of going for the easy layup, because you're way ahead of everybody in transition, you take a 3 that you miss. That was very frustrating. The way that she continuously fouls people, and then you get shocked whenever the foul is called is something that really frustrates me and everything like that. Like, bro, kick out the ball more. So many times you drive through the lane and there's traffic and you don't kick out the ball. And that goes for everybody. I don't understand why people do that. You drive through the lane, you see people in the paint, and you don't think, let me kick out the ball. Nobody know what a kick out is besides Paige. Apparently, that is very much an issue for me. For the most part, she played well, but gets Paige the ball more. Like I said, I don't want to see Arike running the ball up in transition in a fast break situation. I don't want to see Arike playing point guard because that's what Paige is supposed to do. So for the most part, she had a good game. You know, she had some good moments and everything like that. But those things and her shot selection continuously frustrate me, you know, so I have to say that. And I'm going to push this again like I did in my last video, but AZ Fudd to the Dallas Wings. Kurt, make it happen. I don't know if he'll be with the front offices next year. Whoever is with it, you know, I don't care what, you know, trades you need to make to get AZ Fudd. Make it happen. Make it happen. We need AZ Fudd so fucking bad. You guys know, you know, about her game for the most part. Like I said, a generational basketball player, a fantastic three-point shooter. She can hit the mid-range. She can hit a fucking reverse layup, which no one apparently can do. She can defend. She's not selfish. She's an awesome player. Make it happen. Make it happen. AZ Fudd like Tex-Mex. Get her, bro. If all the hell that we are going through this year, we get AZ Fudd, it was all worth it, okay? I said that in the comments in one of my videos, if we can get her, but please, I need AZ Fudd here so bad. Now on to Dejanay Carrington. So for the most part, this was a good game for her. Not the most efficient, but she still finishes with 15 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. She hit 3 threes. So I mean, hey, I have to give credit where credit is due. And she had 2 steals, so I will give some credit defensively there as well, because, you know, we care about defense over here. Yeah, like I say continuously, I don't understand why you drive through the lane with traffic and doing all that. There was a play where she literally was there and 3 people were around her, and she tries to take the shot, and it's like they blocked the shot. Like, why would you do that? 4 turnovers, having turnovers at critical points in the game as well is very frustrating. She does not have great court vision. So yeah, for the most part, it was decent. She plays good defense, but it's just certain things continuously that frustrate me. I like to see her taking more mid-range jump shots and everything like that. So yeah, like that's kind of my thoughts there. Now we look at everybody else. So we had Louisa, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 2 block, plus 2 on the floor, 100% from the field. So for the most part, I like what I saw from her. She had moments of playing good defense. There was this one play that was BS when they called the foul on her with Jackie Young. You guys know what I'm talking about. She didn't even do anything Jackie Young stepped forward, so I don't understand how that was a foul on her. And I'll talk about that Aces whistle later because I got something for that. But yeah, she plays well. She plays well. She's able to finish at the rim. You know, she did good today. She did good today, you know, offensively, defensively. So, unfortunate we're about to lose her to Eurobasket for who knows how long, maybe 2-3 weeks. That's unfortunate. I already talked about Paige, Dejanay, Myisha Hines Allen, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. So she was able to get more on the defensive end and everything. I will say that. However, you guys know that I don't like the Myisha Hines Allen experience because she tries to play point guard, which she can't do. For the most part, she can't play defense without fouling. She doesn't set good screens. You know, like the rebounding, like it's just multiple continuous issues. You guys know I don't like the experience. You know, one of her better games, but only 6 points. Like, come on, bro. And how long did she play? 27 minutes. That's unacceptable. I was telling my friends that I thought maybe Chris was learning something because she played, 15, 16 minutes the last 2 games. So I'm like, maybe he's learning something and that's why she's playing less. However, why is she playing 27 minutes? 9 times out of 10, when we go on a run, she's not on the floor, okay? And there's moments now where she's giving the ball to Paige more and everything, but I should not turn on my screen ever and see her running up the ball up that damn court. Ever. I'm sorry. One of her better games, but I don't feel like giving 10 today. We'll look at everybody else. Isaiah James, 21 minutes, 3 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 20% from the field. Not great. Glad she got some playing time because Chris never plays her for some odd reason. I don't understand it. Not her best game. She's a rookie. I'll give grace today. Melissa Smith, 10 minutes, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Not bad for only 10 minutes, but you guys already know how I feel about her. For the most part, defensive liability. I think she got an assist for Paige, so I mean we'll take that. Quinterly, 5 minutes, 0 points, 0 rebounds, 1 assist. I see good moments, but I don't know. I'm not loving the experience. Charles didn't play. Maddie Siegrist, she had some injury unfortunately, and then Ty Harris is out for the rest of the season. Why did we lose this game? I'm going to start using all of these advanced metrics because they're more detailed in my video, so I will go through everything point by point. So from the field, 33 of 70, 47.1%. The Aces, we shot better than the Aces. So, I mean, hey, that's the good news, but still the shot selection we have is not good. From 3, 8 of 20, 40%. And then the Aces, were ultimately worse than us, so we were ultimately better than that way, but we shouldn't be taking so many threes. I still believe that Paige, Enrique, the main ones to be taking threes. Dejanay, maybe 2-3 threes a game. Turnovers, 16 turnovers to 18 turnovers. So we had less than they did, but multiple moments of just bad reads, bad passes continuously. It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating, the turnovers. It has to be cleaned up. And then we have assists. So we out-assisted 24 assists to 15. So, I mean, that's good. I will say that. Blocks, we only had 2. They had 4. Defensive rebounds, we had less, so 21 to 26. Offensive rebounds, 8 to 10. And then we have points off turnovers, so we had more, 23 over 17. So at least we were able to capitalize, but still we're letting them get 17 on us. We had more points in the paint, which is also good. And then everything else, so fast break points, points in transition. Yeah, we didn't do great in transition. Only 8 points in transition, and then they had 15. So they were able to be better in transition. So there's that. When you continuously blow easy layups like we always do, of course, we're not going to be great in transition. So yeah, and our defense in transition is awful as well. So I'll talk about that. Second chance points, 10 to 11, so close. We had 10 steals, so we were even with that, and then more personal fouls, which I will talk about that later. Yeah, just going over the advanced metrics and everything like that. 24 assists to 16 turnovers, which is a good ratio, but still too many turnovers. But why do we lose this game? It's multiple things. Like I said, him not letting Paige play point guard until the second half of the game, and even then, she should have been playing it more. And there's that, and they could set more easy looks for her and everything like that. So I will say that there were some moments and everything like that where they tried, but like I said, their screens continuously aren't good, and just some of the reads that they make continuously aren't my favorite. So not letting Paige play the point guard position, that was the number one thing that he fucked up on. And you think he would learn, but he doesn't, because he's stupid as fuck. So that was my number one issue. I don't like how the offense runs without Paige. I've already said that 1,000 times. His substitutions and his rotations are continuously not good, which is what I always say. I don't know why my Aisha Hines-Allen continuously starts. Like I said, she should be a bench player. I don't even want to get mad about that again. So that was an issue. Our shot selection not being great. Now let me get on the team defense, because this is one of my biggest problems this game. The team defense I thought was awful. The first half, it was really bad. Like, it was probably the worst that I've seen this season. It was like, bro, like, so many times you're letting them hit shots on you. And there were times where I felt like they weren't even trying, and other times where they did try, it's just they hit the shots on them, so there's that. And then the second half, they kind of tightened up on it more and everything like that, but there's that. We have to play defense without fouling. So you go through that as well. So that was definitely something that was just frustrating, and we just have to play together as a team. It's the same thing, and stop playing so selfish, and stop playing iso ball, and do better in terms of getting everybody involved. Like, we have moments of playing good, and there were so many possessions where it was just nothing good was coming out of it. I think there was a possession, there was a moment where Paige was off the floor, and I think it was like Enrique, JJ, and I don't remember who else, but if you watch the game, you know what lineup I'm talking about. That was one of the worst lineups I've seen. Like, it was not productive at all. And like I say, like, they just pass the basketball around. You got to be more confident in taking your shots. You have to take better shots. They have bad turnovers and everything. The IQ of the floor isn't there, making passes, anticipating your teammate to do one thing, and they do something completely different. Chris's coaching continuously is not good. He always uses his challenges on stupid things as well. So there is that. I think the Aces whistle this game was fucking ridiculous as well. And I literally was talking about this before the season started, how I like Jackie Young and stuff like that, but I'm not going to watch a bunch of Aces games because the whistle is fucking ridiculous, bro. Bro, you couldn't do nothing in the fourth quarter. You put a finger on Jackie Young, boom, it's a foul, and she's going to the line. Multiple times they called fouls, and they didn't even do anything in the fourth quarter, bro. The Aces whistle kicked in. And watching the game, I didn't think the Aces whistle was that bad. There was maybe 2 or 3 calls that I'm like, I disagree with it on. But bro, that fourth quarter, the Dallas had the lead by 9, and they had the whistle after whistle after whistle after whistle, bro. Okay? And there was a few times where they fouled them and everything like that. And then having bad turnovers down the stretch was frustrating as well. So you have that situation. But bro, like, the Aces whistle is fucking egregious. And you have the fact that we continuously cannot close out games. And that goes on with the shot selection, that goes on with the defense, that goes on with the coaching and everything like that. I feel if we had a competent coach, then we could have won this game, honestly. And had we not shot ourselves in the fourth quarter and made some bad, I think we had 7 turnovers in the fourth quarter. Unacceptable. If we hadn't shot ourselves in the foot, there's just multiple things to kind of progress to make us a better team. But now we're 1-11 this season. It's awful. It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating because we always get in this position where we cannot close out the game. And it doesn't matter to me that we're in tight competition with this team or the Lynx or if we can't close out the game. I'm sorry. It's unfortunate. I hate to see it happen. So yeah, that's kind of my thing there. Yeah, a few more closing thoughts. Now, I remembered I wanted to talk about this, but basically this reporter asked Arike her thoughts on Chris, and she kind of deflected the question and everything like that, and he was like, oh, I gave her the opportunity to say something positive about Chris, and she declined, something like that. I'm just thinking, why would she say something positive about Chris, mind you? And she was hyping up Nola Henry and everything like that. There was a timeout where DiJonai just looked mad with Chris and everything like that. I told you guys Chris is losing the locker room. I made a video on why he should be fired. Over 11,000 likes, over 80,000 views. A lot of you guys happen to agree with me. Obviously, Chris is a problem with the coaching. The players have to stop playing selfish, except Paige as the leader of the team. And Paige was saying something about, what is it called? There's going to be a lot of tough conversations that have to be had, something like that. And I cannot wait until hopefully, 5 years later, whenever the teammates or, people reveal, what those tough conversations were and, if Paige can ever talk candidly in this era. I know she's media trained down, but in 20 years down the line, if Paige can talk about this era and what happened, I would definitely be seated for that. The way Chris utilizes his challenges never make any sense, because there literally was this play and they called a foul on DiJonai, I think, and everything like that. Chris didn't challenge it, even though she was begging him to and everything like that. So there was that. I think someone on the Aces got free throws off of that and everything like that. Even if they didn't, even if just the foul was called, then DiJonai fouled out of this game too. So, if we would have had, he would have used that challenge, but he doesn't. He continuously uses his challenges on pointless stuff like Myisha Hines-Allen, and when Paige asks for a challenge, when Arike asks for a challenge, when DiJonai asks for a challenge, he doesn't give a fuck. That frustrates me. I saw someone on Twitter saying this, but I wanted to add this by extension. But the lineup of Paige, Arike, JJ, Isaiah, we don't need that lineup. I don't know. I just feel like if Paige is on the floor, she should be running the floor, at this point. And if she's not on the floor, then you can experiment with other rotations. Like I said, experiment with Paige, with just Arike and everything like that. But I just don't like that rotation. And like I said, that one of Arike, I think JJ, some of these rotations, his rotations are not good. So I wanted to add that in too. One of the Rings reporters was basically just saying that it's a coincidence that the first game he does his media separately is a game where he made multiple questionable decisions in a contest that the Wings held a comfortable lead in before a collapse, and then just said, I don't know, Arike mentioned a disconnect in her availability, not that she blamed anyone, but, it's a chance, it's about Chris, and he was just implying that, it looks like there's trouble with Chris in the locker room, which this guy is so funny, because he made a whole video talking about the Arike situation, and how, it looked like Arike was, sidestepping the question and everything. It's I'm not trying to be messy. He makes funny tweets. He's a great reporter. But, you have this. I wanted to add. And then here's the video whenever, the photo of whenever DiJonai, he's talking to her, you can tell she's disconnected as well. Even, all the players are saying everything in the locker room is great. I really think it's a Chris thing. I don't know if Kirk can fire him. I don't know who else can. It's giving he's intentionally taking, but it's just showing other things, why he's losing the locker room. Paige's dad is mad on Twitter. It's bad for us. On to the Aces side of things. So let's start off with Jackie Young. So she's one of my favorite players to watch. 28 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 7-16 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3, 11 free throws. What did I say? 6 turnovers, which is egregious and everything like that. So yeah, she had some decent moments. I would not have guessed she had 28 points, but when you have 11 free throws, I mean, hey, I like Jackie Young as a player. I'm just saying that we're calling a bunch of stuff that wasn't even fouls. Come on, man. Next up, we have Jewell Loyd. This was also part of the reason why we lost, because Jewell Loyd was really good tonight, honestly. In that first quarter, that first half, she was just on fire on us. So 21 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. So 7 of 13 from the field, 5 of 8 from 3, only 2 free throws. So, there's that, and then 1 steal. So you had that moment. As well. So we have that. And then we have Chelsea Gray, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Not our most efficient game. 7 free throws? Child. Now we go into everybody else. Okay, so Stokes, 6 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 60% from the field. Mitchell, 4 points, 5 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block. Leonai, 5 points. Kitley, you can see that too. And then here's everybody else who contributed. So there you go with that. So why did the Aces win this game and everything like that? I feel like for the most part, they just were able to kind of be better in the clutch situation. Like I said, the whistle's fucking ridiculous, and I stand on that shit. But you also have the fact of us having, 7 turnovers in the fourth quarter. There was this one play where I think Aaliyah and I got the rebound, so she was able to do that and get it to Jewell Loyd and kick it out for that 3, which was a crucial play. You have the fact that they just have better coaching than us. They have more connectivity than us, and everything like that. I mean, the streets Please tell me Aces ain't been shit this season, okay? But Magnet Ball always gets activated against us, you know. It is what it is. In the crucial moments, for the most part, they were better. The whistle does help. We choked. I think multiple things can be true. Please let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. We can kind of continue that conversation as well. Yeah, that's my thoughts on the game.